Now, let's go check the Civic Fest Hall. That might be a good place to... Actually, wait, wasn't there a linguist house? I wonder if Phenom might know something about this. Worth a shot. I mean, what else am I going to be doing? I mean, I could just end up running all over the place for and maybe ask Splinter a few things. Chosen to grace my home once more, have you? What is it that you wish of me? Okay. So it looks like I'm not getting anything out of that either. So... Wait a minute. Ideas. Wasn't there something in here that will give people someone their voice? Nice. Okay. That was surprisingly simple. Although the amount of stuff I'm having to do just to get this one questline taken care of, ugh. I mean, I know it forces me to explore, but at the same time, the world is interesting enough to where you really don't force us to... You don't need to force us to explore. It seems heavy-handed. Ah, well. Let's go talk to Ecco. Wherever she went. There you are. That was easy. I've gotten this fiend tongue for you. She raises her eyebrow and gives you a skeptical look. I'm told that should you place it in your mouth, you'll regain the ability to communicate. She nods and takes the bottle from you. She gingerly picks out the severed tongue from the briny solution, and after staring it at for a moment in disgust, places it in her mouth. Suddenly her eyes widen, and there is a burst of reddish light from between her lips. Are you alright? Ecco opens her mouth, closes it, then opens once more, and speaks. I can speak again. Oh, joy! I then... Damn thee to the darkest, O pits, thou stench-ridden worm! Kneel before me in supplication, insect! Yikes. Eh? Ecco yelps and covers her mouth with both hands. Her eyes are wide with panic. It must be the fiend's tongue.
Updated my journal.
She slowly takes her hand away from her mouth, nodding. It seems I must devour thy frail shell and consign thy soul to the abyss for all eternity. Thou shalt serve me in my battle, thrall, till the blades grind to a halt. Thou art mine, mine, mine. Ecco shuts her mouth again and begins to softly, quietly weep. Wait, I think I saw a way to help you at Farishiga's curiosity shop. Diva's tears. They're expensive
Updated my
though.
journal.
Ecco nods and produces a slip of paper from her clothes. It appears to be a promissory note in the amount of 1,000 commons, which the possessor can collect on from the brothel. She gives you a questioning glance. Yes, this will be enough. I'll be back when I have the tears, Ecco. The one part I didn't like about playing Baldur's Gate 2, having to go constantly back and forth between my stronghold and where I actually wanted to be. Doing this here doesn't make it any more fun. Yeah, well, I guess that's what we have editing for, but you know what? Screw you. I'm gonna make you suffer for this. Suffer through this. I can't speak! Where the crap? Oh, actually, let's try asking questions. You and Fall from Grace seem to care little for one another. Oh, that Batizu camp follower who made her home in Sigil? Curious, no? But then, what a better a place to train her agents than that little brothel of hers? Train her agents? Yes, they are her eyes and ears in the city of Sigil and across the plains. What they do not see or hear that they may coerce from another man that has seen and heard. And who could think humans capable of such deception and trickery? Oh, Grace is indeed a clever one. Not as clever as her mother, perhaps, but clever nonetheless. That is not the purpose of my establishment. Oh, but of course not. Did I dare suggest such a thing? But perhaps you should let the man judge for himself. Verishiga turns to you, eyes blazing. Do you not wonder, little man? Does the method of reason and curiosity ever enter your mind as to this matter? Does not the arrangement at the brothel seem strange to you? Furishiga goes on before you can answer. Occam's razor can leave a scar, but it can remove the cancer so often caused by poison of liars and imaginers. And now here she is, traveling with you. Most curious, why would someone, a proprietress of such an establishment, leave it for any reason, and for a man she barely knows? Questions, questions. The answer may be painful indeed. He is well aware of why I agreed to travel with him, Furishiga, when he asked me to do so. Oh, I'm certain he did ask. What man could resist? What was it you said about her being Batizu camp follower? Ever since her mother sold her into slavery, she has been a plaything of the plains for many a century. She claims that she was able to free herself from her chains, but you may give that word as much credence as you would give the words of any other Tanari bitch. She smiles slightly, myself excluded, of course. Of course. It is the truth. Truth? Truth? One does not win free of Batizu contracts, bitch clothed in human skin. You speak lies, and all the Tanari hordes knows it, from the lowest legions to the other comfort-suckling succubi as they cavort across the plains. Fall from Grace was but a Batizu slave from the moment she was born, and so shall she always be. You still are an indentured plaything of the Batizu, to be tortured and commanded as they see fit. Furishiga sneers. You even behave as they do. One may win free of Batizu contracts if one is wary of their wording, and if one realizes that the Batizu are beholden to keep their own word. One must simply beware of any meanings that may be twisted to their ends, and I am well versed in language and its subtleties. Even so, it was not an easy matter. Enough! I do not care to hear you speak your lies in my presence. Far from Grace maintains her flawless composure and simply nods, though when you catch her eye, she gives you a slightly exasperated look, then smiles. What's that mean? What did you mean by calling Morty prevaricating? Prevaricating, misrepresenting, perjuring, dissimulating, lying. Oh, did I say that? I'd mean as a floating disembodied pontificating skull, as in dogmatic, always stating an opinion in a self-important manner. I gave someone the fiend's tongue, and it's had some ill effects. Any ideas? Furishiga only smiles and points at an item toward the front of the store. You examine a small glass vial labeled as Diva's Tears. Okay, fair enough. I have this 1,000 copper promissory note from the brothel. Furishiga frowns slightly, examining the note. Well, I suppose I can have Standish fetch it later. Very well, here you are. Please enjoy your newest acquisition. Okay. This is getting weird. So, I'm pretty sure that, well, the fact that it says don't trust the skull on my back, I mean, that could have been said. Problem is, I don't know how much of what has been said relating my past and Morty is true. It's obvious that he was likely around some point in my past, but the question is he someone I can trust? The fact that he wouldn't say don't trust the skull, I mean, of course he's not going to say don't trust the skull, but honestly, I have no idea what to make of it. I've brought you these Diva's Tears. They should soothe the tongue's cursing.
Updated my journal.
She nods, smiling, and takes the vial from you. Ecco places a few of the sparkling blue drops onto her tongue. I believe the tears are working. Yes, they are. I can speak in my own voice once more. Oh, how I thank you. Ecco squeezes her hand and bows her head gracefully, her eyes welling with tears of joy.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Useful. Let's level. Okay, you are leveling up as a fighter. Useful. Now, let's talk to you. Ecco waves pleasantly to you as you approach her. Greetings, sir, and well met once more. Hello, Ecco. I had some questions. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Ecco nods and lowers her voice. In fact, I do. Not only does she exist, she has children. She what?
Updated my journal.
One of them is here at times. Kasai Saris. She is a child of Ravel's, though she is loath to accept the fact. Who could blame her? She pauses for a moment, thinking. I have never gotten her to admit it, though I am not sure 'tis true. Interesting. Yeah, okay, full disclosure, I did figure that out while I was researching things. So, yeah. I'm not as surprised as I would expect, but as you would expect me to be, but honestly, given the way that she acted on looking back at my footage, it does make sense, and there were the clues there. Kasai? Are you Ravel's daughter? Kasai suddenly bares her teeth, her eyes narrowing to slits of blazing crimson. What? Where'd you hear such a thing? Just a rumor,
Updated
that's
my
all.
journal.
Ridiculous! I think I'd know if that wicked hag was my own mother. Now stop bothering me about it. Who is your mother, then? I don't know, all right. My father raised me. I never knew her. But do I look like a night hag to you? Well, there is the skin, and the eyes, and maybe the teeth, too. Kasai Eris glares at you, her eyes blazing. Perhaps we'll speak later, but I'm not in the mood. Okay,
Done.
so I know who Ravel's daughter is. Have to find a way to prove it to her. I think I saw something about that over in this direction, actually. Oh, it's you again. Just can't get enough of me, huh? I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true? She shrugs. Far as I know, yes. She looks suddenly suspicious. Why? I asked her about it and she denied it. So? Not as if it's any of your business in the first place. Perhaps not. I wonder if
Done.
Delora might have some insight. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
I too have heard such a rumor, but I do not know. Perhaps another of the women here can give you the answer, if not Kasai herself. Ask Juliet. She and Kasai were once good friends before Juliet met Merryman. Before Juliet met... Wait, Merryman? Huh. Interesting. I kind of wish that I hadn't given Merryman whatever it was. At the same time, he never would have talked to me if I'd killed him or stolen from him, so I guess it's doomed anyway. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Ravel? Ah, I thought I might have heard that name before. I know not the truth of it, but I have heard such a rumor. Thou may wish to ask Himashiki Addertongue the very same question. They are half-sisters, thou see. Are they? Interesting. Okay. That changes things. And why'd the door close behind me? I know I didn't close it. Oh, it's you again. I heard that you're Kasai Ceres' half-sister. Is that true? Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mothers. So? I was hoping you could help me find out if Kasai is really Ravel's daughter.
Updated my journal.
Kamashki frowns at you. Normally I'd be loath to help you, but I have a feeling it upset that flirting, preening doxy girl Odin well. Tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call to him right then and there. That'll get you your answer. Cambion? Yes, Cambion. Kamashki rolls her eyes. Didn't hear me the first time? Ears all stopped up with the last of your brains running out of them? I'm asking what one is. My, you're clueless. She shakes her head sadly, tutting all the while. A half-fiend, Burke. Sorta like you, but you're half dung, I think. You smell it at any rate. Better than that half you kick, Kamashki. You wish you were half Kamashki, sod. Even if you ended up with a goat's bum on your shoulders, it'd be better than that scarred-up face of yours.
Done.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm gone.
Okay, where'd she go? There's Delora.
All right.
No, seriously, where did she run off to?
I'm gone.
There's Ecco. No, seriously, where the heck did she go? Ah, well, I'll find her. There we are. Kasai, I talked to Kamashki. She told me she's your half-sister, and that Ravel's your mother. Kasai snarls, her eyes blazing with malice. Hell's how I loathe that woman. Why would you even believe that sort of tripe? She says that you deny it, and in fact may not know it, but that it's true. She said you could ask your father, that he would tell you.
Updated my journal.
Kasai stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. She turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly and fills with a coppery smell. like warm blood. Kasai remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I did not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I have lived long, I do not appear to age, and have disturbing dreams sometimes. Ugh. But still, I do not wish to be the inheritor of the evil she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did. Such evil things she did. Tell me what you know of her, will you? I heard she would pose impossible riddles to people. Riddles she could answer but no one else could. She would devour the person if they answered incorrectly, or leave them dangling in her horrifying garden as examples to all. Those few who somehow escaped she tormented in their dreams, riding them like steeds, breaking their wills and hurling their souls into the colorless oblivion of the gray waste. Her magic was said to be beyond anything most had ever seen. It was imagination woven from nightmare and given substance, stone and solid, bent to her will like soft clay. The laws of the plains would bend beneath her feet, and from nothing she could weave illusion, and from illusion weave realities that could horrify and kill and confound. She was a mistress of all the dark arts, mistress and master of them all. She hounded a governor that dared quote sigil law to her with shadows that devoured him all but his tongue, his fingers and the flesh of his face. She turned mercy killers inside out and shattered buildings of those who displeased her. Terrible, terrible powers were at her command. She changed her shape like waters, and would use it to destroy some for amusement and to steal knowledge from others. She was a monster, like all that has been spawned from the Grey Waste. In the end, she threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains come rolling in like a wave. Fortunately, she did not succeed. She existed solely to cause malice. I do not know if she is dead, but I know now that she was my mother. Oh, that I had tears so that I could weep with sorrow. Kasai's shoulders slump and her head hangs down. Thanks for your efforts, but I'll be fine. I just need some time to think about what... that's all. I hate to ask this now, but I need you to give me a piece of yourself, Kasai. Pardon? The portal key to Ravel's maze is a piece of her, and you are of her blood. It is close enough. Kasai gasps. You intend to seek her out? Her surprise quickly changes to an expression of wariness. What would you need me for? What would you need of me? Your blood, most likely. Only a drop or two, I'm sure. She nods. But do you have some way to carry it? A piece of cloth, like a handkerchief or something, you know? Kasai... No, I don't. Kasai sighs, looking around. I'm sure there's one in the brothel somewhere. Bring it here when you find it, alright? I'll give you the blood then.
Updated my journal. All right.
Alright then, let's find someone. What is this? Okay, I found it when going through that, because I'm just searching around for anything that might give me what I'm looking for. Okay, looks like I've got a couple of reasons to leave for the moment. Alright, let's go take care of that. So, it's gonna take me a little bit to wrap up the other quests, but honestly, I think this might end up being worthwhile. Okay, so apparently I can't hand it off to him.
I'm gone. All right.
But I have that book.
All right.
How do I give it to him then? If I just leave it on the ground, will he notice? Probably not. Well, I'll carry it with me since that I've got plenty of inventory space, but that's gonna be obnoxious. Well, I might as well stop by the art gallery and talk to the woman there, see if I can get any more information. Have you spoken to your daughter lately, Ivana? We are on speaking terms once more. Yes, and I have you to thank for that. It pleases me to share words with my daughter once more. Alright, cool. Now, let's get going. Okay, somewhere in the brothel. Should be easy enough to find. Well, here's a handkerchief. I better leave the copper comments, though. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that's Nenny's room. I'm pretty sure she won't mind too much.
All right.
Yeah, well. Guess I... Okay.
Updated my journal.
Kasai takes the handkerchief and gingerly pricks the tip of her finger on one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horrible, powerful, and completely evil. Good luck. So I've heard.
I'm gone.
Thanks, and farewell. Now what do I need to do? Do I need to just find the right place to go?
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Okay. I'm trying to remember where exactly it would be. So, I have that. So the next question is my theory correct about... What is it? Is my theory correct regarding either the Siege Tower or the Great Foundry? I guess that's what I get to find out next. Is either theory correct? Just trying to remember what that's in there. Anything? Yeah, a little bit. No idea why it's just lying around, but you know what? I'll take it. Okay, so we'll run in there and see if we can actually get in through. Because it's gotta be this, right? I think.
All right. Done. Done.
I want... This gigantic iron golem is still working at its forge. Sparks, ash, and hissing clouds of steam rise up from beneath the walkway. Have you heard of a night hag named Ravel? The night hag has sought to sunder this city. Her greatest works were those of unmaking. She walked the path of entropy. Do you know where that cage is? Okay, I'm not getting anything out of that. The iron of my body once existed only as minor expressions of pain. Blades, spears, axes, arrowheads, rivets, and catapults. From these implements of war was I wrought. These minor expressions of pain were melted to forge this body. My potential was allowed to surface. Now my purpose is to bring out the potential in other metals. You said that someone melted those weapons and forged your body. Who? Entropy raised me from the planar battlefields. Okay. So, similar stuff to what I've already seen. Wait. Okay, so I can improve my weaponry a little bit? Huh. Okay, that could be useful. Huh. Tempting. I'll have to think about that sometime. Okay, so I've got that, but what exactly do I need to use it for? I wonder if Off embraces anything.
Yes.
Verishika doesn't seem to care for you much. No, she does not. I do not blame her. What was that she was saying about you being a Batizu camp follower? Surely you remember what I told you about my past. Well, I was more curious about the camp follower part Verishika mentioned. What did she mean by that? Fawful embraced Ace on a curious expression. She seems to be studying you for a moment, trying to read your features. After a moment, she speaks, and her voice is quieter than normal. Does it matter? To me, yes. I'd like to know who I am traveling with. In answer to your question, I will tell you this. The Batizu are not human. Their lusts lie in power, not for the flesh, and they care nothing for... And they care nothing for raping or running as humans do when they hold another human prisoner. The torments of the Batizu are far more subtle and far more damaging than any violation of the flesh, and the scars last far longer. Is that what you wish to know? I thought you knew already. Fawful Grace inclines her head slightly. I was mistaken. Why do you say that you don't blame Verishika for hating you? Verishika is a Tanari, a fiend like I, but of a different sort, an Alu fiend. To understand Varishiga, you must understand that Tanari culture is chaos, and chaos by nature cares nothing for fairness or justice. Alu fiends are viewed as being extraneous, without purpose. In many ways, it is worse than a death sentence. Interesting. So, looks like I'm not getting anything related to that. So, the next question is... Am I going to be figuring this out now? Like, how? We have the portal key.
Done.
Well, let's see if I can go and access that sensory stone again. Maybe figure out what's going on. Ravel, I have returned. Ravel, it is I again. Ah, my precious man. There is this low shuffling of feet, and you feel a sharp pinprick. Okay, this again. Okay, so I've gone through this. Door? The door is not a finished thing, at least when I last gazed upon it. But it is the passing of time, perhaps now well rotted is. Go to the place of forges and steel. Perhaps you will find the door that takes one to me. Knowing it and unlocking it. Okay, so it looks like... Okay, so... It looks like I'm not getting much more information. So it looks like it is either the Siege Tower or the Great Foundry. The question is, how exactly do I put that together? I better leave that for another day. Oh boy, this is gonna get complicated.